And good morning, everybody. How are you? Drew, Nicole, D, Anthony, Larry, Angel, Joey. What's going on? Finally, got some time. There you go, brother. Yeah, we got coffee in the house. David, Gary. I'm gonna see you later. Black Betty. What's going on? Yes, I've got a semi and a heavy. Bro, where you been? All right, DC fan for life. Good morning, Randy. How you guys doing? Okay, so we're gonna treat this a little bit like study hall, except now we have latency with YouTube. It's about 15 to 30 seconds. Do not do, excuse me. Yeah. Do not try what I'm about to do at home. I guess it needs to be said, okay? I will be moving fast. I will be highlighting the system, the indicators for those who are watching. Maybe you want to learn. I will answer some questions, but I will be in 100% control of the stream. I'll go ahead and give you guys the attention when the attention is necessary. Now, at trade camp, study hall. By the way, we have a trade camp this Saturday, so shoot me a DM if you guys want to see it, want to hang out with me for online trade camp. But study hall, very, very interactive. In the next study hall, if you would like me to showcase you and you have a TradeZilla account, just shoot me a DM and I could actually bring you up as a panelist in our next study hall. And we could go over your stats and then pretty much use you as a guinea pig so that we can show the community what we look for as traders as far as like statistics. Unfortunately, a lot of traders when they get started, they fall in love with P&L, which is dollar amount, and they fall in love with win rate, which hardly means anything. We want to know what your profit factor is, and we want to know what your trade expectancy is. Now, I know some guys who make several hundred a day, but their trade expectancy is like $4, and it's like, damn, you need like 100 trades or more to make those 700 or several hundreds of dollars, right? So, yeah, just let me know. Shoot me a DM in the Discord. I'll bring you up to the panel and we use you as a guinea pig and teach everybody what needs to be taught. So let's get on over to the chart here. Guys, you noticed I made my text a little bigger so you could follow along. Now I got a DM from Hot Potato. He made his 1%. That was the perfect trade design with MNQ here. We broke through here, hit 1.4. What more could you want? You should be done for the day, right? Fat Mac, what's up? Spencer, good morning. You should be done for the day here. 1.4. Way to go, Hot Potato. He killed it. Now, what we're doing is we're looking at this band here. We could see how price action is just like, wait a second. We have a level right there, right? We got the band here. You can see it's flattening. This is the ribbon. And then we have a level here. We're going to mark that level. This is a level. Now, what I can do right now, because of that level, I could go ahead and say, all right, if I'm going to enter this trade, I have to use this level as my risk. And I'm looking at the MACD. We got some weakness here, along with RSI bouncing from oversold. Now, what we want to see ideally is the RSI to break above the midpoint here at 50. And we want multiple confluences. Guys, we've color-coded this system so that it is easy. Now, when we go ahead and take the candles off, right, and this is what I advised at Study Hall, when we take the candles off, we get a more objective view of what price is doing, right? So if we stop falling in love with the candle that's possibly bouncing off the level, and we look at things objectively, we see that we have Titan Excel trending on down. We also have our super trend down, our ribbon down, everything down, right? So when we turn the candle back on, there we go. Look what happened. Look what happened. Rejection. So what do? We go short, and we're short here. We're short on this trade. Let's see. Let's see if we could make some money. Again, we're trading micros here, guys. We're not trading minis, we're trading micros. And let me see if I could like zoom in and you guys can see that, right? And now all I'm going to do is trust the trend. I'm going to trust the trend. I'm going to let things play out, right? We have to let it play out. So we're profitable here. Now, if you have a $5,000 account, what would your 1% be? Your 1% would be $50. Now, for those who are like, well, $50 isn't a lot. Well, putting 1% and you compound that on a daily basis, even a 0.5, you're compounding at a ridiculous rate. We're talking about 1,200% returns annually. And I know that seems like not realistic, but then we go ahead and talk to guys like Warren Buffett or even Mr. Wonderful and those type of guys who are advocates of compound interest. And they'll tell you, like, it's magical, baby, especially when you have over $100,000. Now imagine a port over $100,000 and you're aiming for 1%. You make meaningful money within minutes, like Hot Potato did this morning. Meaningful money within minutes. We're currently at $40. We have a trade plan here. Guys, 1% is what we're looking for, right? And what I can do is I could be really, really disciplined and say, all right, once I get my 1%, I'm done. Or I could set my stop here and say, all right, let's make it free. Now, we saw some volatility there, right? I got as high as 60. As high as 60 right there. You know what? Do I really want to fuck around and find out, or do I want to guarantee my 1%? Well, let's go ahead and guarantee the 1%. Done. Right? Now, at scale, okay? What does that look like? Well, if you have a $50,000 account, that's $500 at scale. You can't tell me that there's any other career occupation and or business that allows you to make money that efficiently. Again, we're doing this to scale. Now, the reason why I'm doing micros is so that, the little guys are like, Gabe, you don't know what it is to be a little guy. Oh, yeah, I do know what it is to be a little guy. I started off as a little guy. Right. Richard, my man, Richard. I hope you're doing your homework, brother. By the way, we found some interesting facts about Richard and his trading in Longevity Club. We also found some other interesting facts with another student. We're going to wait for him to post this testimonial in the Discord. It's actually really, really, really interesting, his stats. But J-Mac, what's up, man? Nice trade, 1%, we're done. Life doesn't have to be stressful. Now, what did we do? What is the anatomy of the trade? Okay, well, let me make this difficult for you guys, right? What we were doing was we were looking for the fair value, right? And it was the gap between the candle here, the body, and the wick down here. And yeah, all that nonsense, all that jazz, all that smart money concept bullshit. No, what we did was we simply traded the trend. And this is why I went ahead and said, all right, let me turn off my candles for a second and look at this objectively. Allow me to trade the trend, especially with this level here. So now, when we look at this, do we look at this and say, okay, are we going to reject this level? Well, at this point, we're speculating. We're speculating that rejection, right? We can't do that. Beginner traders attempt to predict. We react. Really, that simple. And we trade with the market, guys. That's what we're doing here. Okay, everyone following along? Do you like what we're doing here? Well, we're not done. This is one trade design. One trade design provided me 1%. There might be 3 or 4 trade designs. Now you have the option. You have the option to accept that you may break even on a day and then you have to call it a day. Or you're going to double down and say, all right, I'm going to go for my 2%. Now, that's really, really up to you. I can't stop you. You're grown-ass adults. But ideally, you want to take your 1% to be done. And just let that stack. Now, I was having a conversation with Hot Potato yesterday, and we were talking about his account growth. And 20%, a 20% account growth, that is impressive, right? But then you go ahead and you look at like Vanguard, the Vanguard 500, S&P 500, which returns on average about 13% annually, right? Some of their most successful years were in the 22%. But some of you guys are actually performing at that clip within weeks or within months, you see. So, at the end of the day, what we have here is a tool that not only will hold you accountable and not only provide you transparency, right? Because who the fuck knows what's happening with your 403b or your 401k or whatever your contribution is to whatever you're doing? Where's the transparency, right? And how much of it is getting eaten up by performance fees? Think about that. So what we're doing is we're performing, we are enabling the do-it-yourself generation, if that makes sense, right? You guys are just doing it yourself, the DIY, right? Sometimes when you want something done right, you got to do it yourself, and that's what we do here at 1348. We empower you as day traders so you can do it yourself. Now, let's get back to this. Now, what we have here is another situation. Guys, this looks very, very similar to what we experienced before, right? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another condition on the top side of the band. Why? Because the band is going to be, I guess, a level for me. I'm going to treat it as a level. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set an entry. I'm going to buy. Should price come up and fill me, I will buy. Now, where is my target? I have to be humble with my target, especially if this is counter trend, right? Now, do I really want to be trading counter trend? No, but I'm just showing you guys an example. Your expectations for counter trend need to be non-existent. Now, Warren Buffett actually said the key to success in his marriage was to marry someone who had low expectations. And this is wild. Traders can actually learn from something. Learn from that, right? You can learn something from that. In that, like, if you have low expectations for the trade, you're going to size accordingly, right? You're going to trade safer, and you're going to look to take your profits, right? I mean, that's what you're going to do. So, here we go. We have an order here. Now, what are my expectations? My expectations would be to the 200 possibly. That is very realistic. Okay, very realistic. So I will set my sell at or about the 200. That's going to be my order. Now, I'm not chasing a candle. I refuse to chase a candle. I always want the market to come to me. And this is the reason why we have trade designs. So it can give you like a template and allow you to visualize, okay, the market's coming to you, it gets your entry, where is it going? Potentially, it could go to a level. Now, we did updates to Titan, and as you can see in the updates, guys, you can set it so that it's giving you your risk to reward relative to levels, okay? So what it looks like here is that, yes, there we go. We have price action now above our ribbon. I'm going to wait for price action to fill me, and then we got a little target up there. So I could potentially end the day up 1%, 2%, 1.5%, right? And that's all we're doing. Trading doesn't have to be exciting. If you're trading like, I don't know, like you're fucking Action Jackson trying to be like a star, okay? Um you're giving yourself too much work, you're gonna wreck yourself. Okay, so yes, trade design. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Yes, trade design. We're gonna go to MES, right? For those, you should be trading MNQ and MES if you have 5,000 or less. I would recommend MES and MNQ all the way up to maybe even 25,000. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at what's happening here. And trade design. Well, I mean, whew, looks like it's trying to break Excel, which gives me even more confidence for MNQ here. Should it decide to catch up to the market here, right? It should come on up, fill me, and then we should make some profit here, right? But going back to ES here. What you see now is a gray candle, guys. This is a low probability play. A gray candle is an indecision candle, okay? We should not be trading this. We should not be trading this. We should not trade an indecision candle. And this is why we have them colorized. So again, you can look at the candles objectively and remove emotions from it. Guys, we go ahead and we take Titan AI out, and of course we got our typical colorized candles, and I have my colors changed to sort of kind of like mute the effects, and I know some of you have changed the colors too to mute the effects of what green and red does to you psychologically. But what better way to show you, the trend than to give you colorized candles that are indicative of the trend. This is what we do here, guys. We keep it simple. Am I going to take this trade? No, I don't like it. I don't like it. That gray candle means nothing to me. Now, do we get an entry? If we get an entry down below here, I could maybe take that entry. However, there's a couple of other things that I'm looking at. When we take the candles off, guys, this is so important. And this is what makes 1348 just listen, there's nothing like this system anywhere else, and I made sure of it, right? I made sure of it, and so did Hot Potato. Hot Potato gets some credit too. Can we get some love for Hot Potato? Now, what we do is once we take off the candles, we got to look at this objectively. We have our band that is now green. We have weakness in the MACD with a potential cross. And then we have RSI, which is above 50. All we need is an RSI break above its moving average, and now we're trending up, right? It's full steam ahead, okay? Full steam ahead. So, again, instead of letting the candle seduce you, take that time. Whenever in doubt, turn the candle off. Turn the candle off. And, well, here we go. It's trending up, right? We turned the candle off, and we can see now. Well, when we came to that conclusion, and then immediately we see how this candle breaks to the upside. Okay, you got to allow yourself to build your thesis in your trades. Otherwise, you're chasing candles, and if you're chasing candles, you're going to get hurt, and your win rate's going to suffer, and so is your risk to reward. Okay, so let's get on over to. Oh, well, look at this. I got filled. Let's zoom on in. Right? I got a target. That's another $50. That's potentially 2% on a day. You know what? Let's not be greedy. The next time I see 50, let's go, right? I don't need more than 2%. I'm showing you guys live, right? And I'm going to have patience for this trade. Why am I going to have patience for this trade? I'm not really worried about this trade at all. Why? Because I am going to remove the influence of the candles, right? In fact, when we look at this, we can see our band tapering here. And of course, we got weakness here with the MACD. We got our first sign of grain on the ribbon. I'm not going to fret too much, right? What I need to see now is RSI break above 50 and above its moving average. Now, could it be something where maybe I was too late in taking profit? Well, let me tell you guys, it's really hard live streaming and trading at the same time. Well, let's come back here, guys. We're back here. I need to know $9, $28. I mean, 2%. This is easy, right? Let me go ahead and turn my candles on. So I know, there we go. We're zooming on in, 55. Let's take that, 76, done. All right, I have my 2% day, done. 2%, 2%. If you got a $5,000 account, you just made $100. And you did so efficiently. What's your alternative? What, go DoorDash? Go Uber? What, work at Walmart? Third shift? What, sit there, complain about your life and how you got the short end of the stick? Or you could invest in yourself and teach yourself a skill and open your mind to the possibilities, right? I make it look easy because it is easy. I spent millions making sure that what I think you guys can see. And that is the Trade 1348 system here. You saw it live, you saw me live. We made not 1, but 2%. Now, the question is do I continue? No. Why? Because I took advantage of what the market gave me. And you know what? I'll treat this as if this is a multi-million-dollar port. If this was a multi-million-dollar port and that was 1%, well, what's 1% of $1 million? That's 10K. What's 2%? That was 20K. The guys with bigger ports, you see what I mean? They made meaningful money. Do you think they want to go ahead and keep trading? No, they made 20K. Guess where they're going now? They're going to Belize. They're going to Fiji. They're going to go ahead and make plans. They're going to go ahead and buy a franchise. They're going to go buy more real estate. They have better shit to do with their time than to sit in front of the charts trying to squeeze every ounce of orange juice out of the orange. Guys, the squeeze has already been squoze. Who remembers that? Yeah. Yeah. So, there you have it, guys. Really, really, really simple demo as to what we do here at Trade 1348, how to utilize the tools and understand that we trade trends, not candles. Okay? And we use these indicators to our benefit. Right? Now, am I the greatest trader on earth? No. Am I the number one trader on YouTube? Fuck yeah. I am. Period. Fuck Patrick Weiland and Day Trading Addict and all those guys. Like, nobody on YouTube. Nobody. Period. And you tell them I said so. But at the end of the day, the way I trade is just very, very, very simple. And I don't make it complicated. And yeah, just keep it simple. Whatever, man. Just, I guess that's the end of the stream. There's really nothing to do. If you guys followed along with me and you made money, there's nothing for you to do. What you need to do is something else, right? Take your money, make your money, don't give back your money. Anyways, this is Gabe. I'm signing out. I got other shit to do.